Hello everyone, myself Deepak Meena. I'm a pre-final BTech student at IIT Guwahati, Indian Institute of Technology, and currently I'm in my third year doing chemical engineering. And I'm with my studies. I'm also running my fifth venture, which is the travel company app. For me, entrepreneurship is solving the problems of the society in a profitable manner. The like the basic mindset of the people is like if you want to help the society, it should be non-profitable. Either you have to like open an NGO, or you have to open an organization which is non-profitable. But for me, it's not like that. You can make the profit while helping the society, and that's what entrepreneurship is all about for me. So, in India, it's very much rare to found a like student entrepreneur who is studying and who is also working on his startup. So, like I started my first startup in my second semester. That was I was not very much passionate at that point of time, but in my second year, I was very much passionate and I just wanted to pursue this thing only. So I had to manage my studies also, my classes also. There were minimum percentage of attendance. I had to attend the class, and so all these things like I had to manage. But my professors were against this thing. One of my professors was so against that he just got me in the termination list. He just told the administration that this guy is not listening to the professor and he's not obeying the rules of the institutes. So he just made me there's a disciplinary committee, so he just put me in that list. And that was, I would say, a very much horrible experience, because I was about to get terminated from the college and no one knew. Even my parents were not aware of this thing, and I was like, if I got terminated, what will happen? Only my friends were knowing about this thing, but somehow I was able to manage this thing. But the thing I learned from these things, never lose your confidence, never lose your passion. If you are really passionate about something, there is always a way, and there is always a way that will help you out. Because when I was called in a meeting and the professor had given me two choices, whether to pursue entrepreneurship. If I pursue entrepreneurship, I will be terminated from the college, and if I don't, and I will be taken back in the college. My answer was, do whatever you want, I will never leave my startup. And that was a kind of not smart answer, that was overconfidence answer, but that was the only thing I have in my life. Like, my startup is the only thing that makes me feel happy. So I gave just that answer to the professor, and the director was like, hey man, who are you? Like, how can you just tell the professor so confidently that you do whatever you want and you will pursue your startup, you will not leave the startup? And after that, they just remove my name from the termination list and all these things. So being a student entrepreneur is not easy, but it's not difficult. It's not at all impossible. It's very much possible. All you just need to manage your times. You have to manage, if you want to go to chill out with your friends, or you want to work on your startup. Do you want to watch a movie, or do you want to study? So it's basically management, time management. So the main thing that is important for pursuing any career, whether it's entrepreneurship or any career, it's passion. For me, it's passion. If you're really passionate about a particular thing you are doing, there's always a way. So there's a quite interesting story I would like to share. When I went to Chandigarh, I was coming back from Chandigarh to Guwahati by train only. But unfortunately, I didn't have any money. All my money was spent, and I was not in a position to call my parents and ask for the money, because they were against this thing at that point of time. So what I did, I went to a railway station, did the porter work for around 4 hours before my train, and after 4 hours, I just collected around 500-600 rupees, and from that 600 rupees, I used in my journey from Chandigarh to Guwahati. And at that point of time, I didn't realize what exactly I'm doing, but I just wanted to do that thing. But after that, I realized I'm really passionate about this thing, because at that point of time, I was not having that passion. But if I can do a potter thing, means a potter's work, then I can do anything. If I can figure out the way in any situation, So the main thing is passion. Like if you have the passion, you can do. And if I talk about the transition between the ideas, so like my whole family is from the like is a government government employees are there. My father, my uncle, my grandfather, everyone is a government employee. So I didn't have any experience of what exactly business is. So for me, each and every idea was just an experience. I like started each and every idea to get the experience of the industry. I didn't had anything to make a big startup, or I would make a unicorn or like that. All I wanted is experience. So that's what my main motive was. And slowly and gradually I learned, like my first field was agriculture, because like in India agriculture is the main sector. And then after I got shifted to education, and after education I currently I'm in travel industry. So from all these things I just got the experience, and that's what I was like always willing to get. I never had any like intention of making money or building a big startup. Now I have the intention of building a big startup, but at the starting I just wanted to have the experience of what exactly business is and how you do business. So the first I will talk about how to make new connections, and then after I will talk about how you can use your existing contacts. So for making new connection, all you need is internet and LinkedIn account. That's all you need, because LinkedIn is a platform where you can use it to a great extent, because I did it. First of all, my aim was to cross the 500 connections, and then after what I was doing, like at first I was just sending random requests to anyone. I was not knowing who this guy is, but I was just sending because I have to reach that 500 connections mark. After that, I searched according to the field I am working. If I am working in travel, I will search travel. If I want a person in travel in Delhi, I will search according to that. And as soon as they accept my connection, I just sent hello sir, hello ma'am. That was the first message I was sending to them, because it shows that you are really want to like take out something from, you really want to learn from them. It's not basically you are just making connection for the sake of connection. You really want to learn from them. So that was the first thing I am doing. As soon as the connection is made, they accept the connection request, I send a message, and then after they reply, and then after I pitch my idea. I directly pitch my idea. Some of them reply to me in first go, but others don't. But I think like if you believe in yourself, and if you know that you are not doing any like bad work or bad thing, then you can, like I would say, stick to them, message them again and again till the time they don't reply. That's a quite interesting story. I just wanted to meet the UNESCO, like UNESCO India president. So what I did, I just mailed each and every day to the UNESCO. I means to each and every member of the UNESCO, like whether it's HR member, it's management member, it's sales member, or it's even a like engineer over there, or anyone. I was just mailing. I was just spamming their accounts, nothing else. That's the way I like to make contacts, because if you mail at once, they will feel like, oh, this guy is some like other guys who is there asking for help, and afterwards he will go. But if you continuously spam their account, one day they will realize, like, let's talk to this guy, what he exactly wants. He's spamming our accounts, what exactly he wants. Let's give 5 minutes to him, and then after realize what exactly he wants. So that's my way of making connections. And secondly, how to use your existing connections. The problem with the existing connection is that they know your background. They know who you are, your family, your father, your mother, that thing. So play with the emotions. It's like my father's friend was there, and his son just needed to have some experience of, like I would say, startup. So what I did, I just told him, you work for me, I will give you the experience. I don't have the money, but I will give you the experience that is required. So that's the emotion. That's the emotional touch I am building between them. And because if I talk about, like, there was a CA, my father's friend. He was my father's friend, and I had to, because at first I was not knowing how to calculate the valuation of a startup. So I wanted that CA to calculate the valuation of my startup. But he was like, I am a big CA, like I work for the government of Gujarat, and how can I do this thing? So he just told my father, yeah, what your son is doing, he's just like telling me to do such small work. So from that I learned that if you have the existing contact, play with the emotions of the person, because that might be something the person needs, or that might be something the person's son's daughter or anyone needs. So use that thing. And in new connections, be like, I would say, stick to this thing, stick to the person, stick to the person you wanted to talk, you want help from them. That's all. So first I will talk about the culture, how Gujarati culture influenced me. So like my whole childhood and my whole like school days were like spent in Gujarat only, in Gandhinagar. So over there, I like my friends were there whose father was a businessman, and I learned a lot of about business, like normal business, like business. You can pursue the career as a businessman also. So it's a common saying that in Gujarati's blood, business is always there. I was not like Gujarati by blood. I am Rajasthani, but like as my childhood and my school all I spent in Gujarat only. So the business part was something inside me from the childhood only. Like I like to talk to the businessmen, to the fathers of my friends, and I like to talk to them. And now the family part, like as like my whole family and my father and everyone is a government employee. At first they thought that I'm just doing this as a like hobby or just an enjoyment thing. In my first 2 years they were just like he is doing okay, let him do, and afterwards he is going to like do any government job only. But in my third year, when I told my family that no, I just want to pursue this as a career, as a full-fledged career, not as a side thing or that. At first, they were like, what? I was like, what? In Hindi, I would say, they just told me, "Bawda ho gaya kya?" Like, have you gone mad? Why are you doing this? Like, no one in our family have ever done this, and there's no job security and all these things. But I just told my father and my mother, like, just give me some like 6 months. Afterwards I will, like, if I don't do anything, I will do whatever you want me to do, but if I do something, I will pursue this as a career. So after seeing what the hard work I am like putting, and after going to so many boot camps, and like the after when I was selected for the UN conference, at that point of time my father realized that no, that he's seriously doing hard work in this, and he really wants to like do something in this, so let him do. So at first my like family was almost like opposing me, but right now they are quite like they are supporting. But right now my mother still wants me to be a like government officer, but I have just told her like just wait for a year, I will really do something big, and you will be not in a position to tell me like you do a government job. And in this whole process, the like what I would say, the major supports were from my family side, my sister. Like she don't know anything about business, she don't know anything about entrepreneurship, but still she supported in me. Like she fought with my parents, she fought with everyone who like from my family who is opposing me, who is opposing my decision of pursuing entrepreneurship. She has been my constant support. And my uncle, like my mother's brother, like I have two uncles, in Hindi we call mama. So they were always like, they also supported me throughout. Like my uncle just explained my mother like what exactly this entrepreneurship is all about. No, business can be a thing, and if we really do something, it can be a big thing also. So these were the members who supported me from my family side, and I feel like my whole life is what I would say, an influence of my friends. I have six best friends, I would say, and 5 are from my institutes only, and one is like one is in Kanpur, and she is not in my institute. But all of these 6 have helped me and supported me throughout the way. Like whether I'm sad or whether I'm crying or whether I have achieved something, they have been constant support for me. They have taught me how to like talk to the parents, and how to make them realize like to like make them realize entrepreneurship and all these things. So these people has always been my support and like constant companions. So the first thing, always remember one thing: if you ever want to start a startup, all you need is a phone or laptop and internet connections. because internet has every damn thing you want, every information you want. So that's the first thing. And second thing, always remember that idea is just 0.1% of what your startup is all about. Idea is nothing, like I would say. It's just the thing that you want to build up upon. All is the, what I would say, the major factor affecting startup is timing. There's a I read a case study about Airbnb and Uber. Airbnb and Uber got famous after 2008. And why after 2008? Because in 2008 economic crisis were there throughout the world. And at that point of time, each and everyone want to earn extra money. Like each and everyone want to was like finding an opportunity where they can earn some extra money. So by Airbnb, people can earn by renting their house, their rooms. And by Uber, the one who knows how to drive a car and the one who knows how to like one have many cars, they were earning by that. And that was the best timing. And Uber and Airbnb came, they helped the people, and that's why they are so big right now. So timing is the most important factor which affects the startup. If I talk about right now in India, like Indian economy is going through like vast changes. It is there in slowing down and all these things. But this is the best time where one can start a startup. This like by 2022, 2023, these are the years where you should start a startup if you really want to. And after that, you need what? A passion. Because if you don't have the passion, it doesn't matter your timing, what your timing is, what your idea is. If you're really passionate about something, you can handle each and everything. Whether it's failure or not, it doesn't matter. For me, failure is nothing. Failure is just an experience what I'm getting, and I love to fail. I failed so many times, so that's why I love failing, because I just get the experience. And so now I will not do that particular thing which I have done before, because I know that that will not work. So that is the thing. And the like, if from Indian's perspective, you might face the like you might face opposition from your family, but it's all normal, because their mindset is not of what of like this generation. Their mindset is quite old and all this thing. But if you really do something, if you really do hard work, you can make them realize, no, this can be a thing. And from the opposition part, they will come in the supportive part. And family is the one who is the one, like I would say, they can support you throughout your life, and their support matters a lot. So for starting a startup, or not exactly startup, for pursuing any career, all you need is passion and hard work. That's all.